What's going on? Losers of 3 straight L.
Eagles.
Congratulations, Kyle Schwarber, for getting hella bread. Other than that, we're down bad.
Imagine being 8-2 and up 21-0 against Dallas and being where we are now.
Eagles on top. They're still first in the NFC East. We're going to get into it. The playoffs, the turnovers, the offense, the defense. We're going to talk about all about it. But I want to talk about something that not a lot of people are talking about. From the jump of the game, they obviously, I guess they lost the toss and the Chargers deferred, so they were getting the ball in the second half. So the Eagles started with the ball, and then the Chargers were the first team to put points on the board. They missed that. It's down 7-0. Get ball first, so now you lost a possession and you're down 7-0. Just flat out off the jump of the game.
Wow. But that's the only touchdown they scored the whole night. You then decided to lose off of a bunch of field goals. And you yourself are settling for field goals and miss one. Special teams.
And then the rest is going to go as we go. But, yeah, man, that double fumble, like the interception, but then we got it back and then he fumbled. Like he had the 2 turnovers in one game. That counted towards his 5 turnovers, the 2 at once. They were in field goal range there too. So between the Jake miss and that's like 6 points there too.
So I'm going to come up with like sequence of the week. That's going to be like one of my new things. Like the last game I had sequence of the week was in the Bears game was you get the interception, right? And then you get your 15 and then you get 10. And then on 31, they did the touch push and like right there. So my sequence of the week this week, it's third down. No, it's second down. And they right up against the half before the Jake Elliott miss. And they pass twice. Instead of putting the team in a better kicking position, like rushing them to the middle of the field, which also rushing there gets the Chargers to burn timeouts and gets them to the 2-minute warning and doesn't give them time. That to me is like really, really sums it up. And one of the play calls was like a swing pass to Devontae Smith, which we stink at swing. And Devontae dropped it. I mean, it was like
You're talking about in the first half. The first and goal. The first and goal, they were pass in the red zone.
No, when we turned it over and then he missed the field goal.
Yeah, I think so that was first and goal, they're from the 2.
Oh, that sequence you can go nuts on. I'm talking about with 2 minutes left
in the game at the end of the game.
Twice.
Yeah, at the end of the game they did the swing pass to Devontae.
At the end of the game.
The end of the game they did the swing pass to Devontae Smith. There, you could have ran the clock and made it harder. That's where the Chargers tied it to send it to overtime.
Yes.
So they got the ball on the other side of the 2-minute warning. Yeah, that was brutal.
Yeah, not getting a touchdown there, settling for a field goal, and then missing a field goal in the first half is a huge point swing in a funky game.
So, yeah, they got down early, fought first and goal in the first half. I'm talking about their play selection. A lot of people didn't like it. It was like pass. But at that point in the game, all the runs were kind of negative. Like the Saquon 100 yards is great, but 50-something of it came on that one run. Like they're kind of going backwards on the run. So I don't really hate the pass. And then they miss field goal. And then, like you said, the throw at the end where they could have made them burn an extra timeout and run clock out. So many different ways. But man, it's the first time in a long time all season, even the games they won have been sluggish. I was thoroughly when Saquon took the lead and then we kicked the field goal and went ahead and then they tied it. I was thoroughly, for the first time all season, enjoying myself watching the game.
I mean, maybe for a little small spurt, but
the drill, yeah.
turnovers spread out
No,
throughout the
no.
game are enough to ruin your experience. I did not have that experience. I had a pretty horrible experience watching that game. It just brought forth every frustration we've all had all season. We saw every single facet of the game rear its ugly head again. We were talking about not blaming it on one guy last week, and we were hoping like this week we would get stuff going, and we're right back where we were. We're just over and over and over again. Penalties, drops, bad play calls in key situations, turnovers, points off turnovers, not getting points when we get turnovers, settling for field goals, missing field goals, special team. It's all the things. It's all the things. It's
All the things. And the biggest thing, everybody wants to kill Jalen, the passer rating. Everyone's talking about you probably saw that one stat. If he would have just spiked the ball in every play, he would have a better passer rating. Then, but I'm a little bit more optimistic. Got to take the contrarian point of view. With 5 turnovers, 4 interceptions, and a fumble, 2 of them were on one play, which was just wild. And the defense kind of made up for that.
Right. You turn the ball over once, theoretically.
Yeah.
The interception is the turnover.
Out of your 5, there's the 2 on one play. So that takes you down to 3. You have the AJ plops off his hand. So that takes you down to 2.
Because you still turn the ball over.
Right.
They turned the ball over 5 times.
Humor me here. I'm a long talkie. 5 turnovers, 4 interceptions, and a fumble. The 2 are all on one play. Now you're down to 3. 1 pops off AJ Brown's hands. Now you're down to 2. You have the 1 at the end of the game, which should have never happened because if AJ Brown catches a touchdown, the Eagles win the game. Jalen Hurts had 1 turnover. And then he could have had 6 turnovers because there was 1 that hit the ground. So I'll credit him to like 2 to 3 of those 5 turnovers.
Dude, you're really trying to grasp yourself to positivity, and I love you for that. I think our 7-year age difference, I don't think I'm getting there, and I love the fact that I'll be driving you up on Sunday, and you'll get me juiced, and we'll be just as positive as we always are. But it's going to take me until Sunday to get there. Especially on a Tuesday where you wake up on a Monday night loss. Usually I like our Tuesday podcast because I get the Monday to kind of like simmer, but I didn't have that. And my Monday was crazy as it is. I literally like walked in the door as like the coin flip was happening. I had like that kind of day. So I didn't even really get to like settle into the game. And then it was like an assault on my senses for 3 hours. And I was talking to one of my coworker friends about this. I'm now reaching the point where I really struggle to sit and watch a game alone, like by myself.
I was trying to find my skull cap. I was like digging through stuff and drawers to find that Jalix Hunt skull cap for like a good part of it. And then I couldn't watch when they were 3 and out and I couldn't watch them on defense. It was almost like watching the Phillies pitching versus it's like sometimes when they're pitching and they're not batting, you just go in the other room. I was finding myself doing that and pacing around, like going to the pisser like I do at the stadium.
No, I tortured myself. And then my kids were watching the game with me up until like the 3rd quarter, and they were just tired because it was a long day. And then there I was just like all alone. I was going to send you a picture of me. I actually had the blankie. It was true. Like we joke, like the clutch your blankie game. It was truly a clutch blankie game, all alone, glow of the Christmas tree, throws the interception at I don't even know, 11:30. I didn't fall asleep. I watched post game like an absolute savage. I watched every locker room. I watched everything like numb, like drooling, and then woke up long day. So
I watched the whole post game and then the YouTube, which is like a long version without commercials of the game. It's usually like 12 or 15 minutes. This was like 20 something minutes. I watched it
this morning
twice.
That's why you
couldn't get over some of the stuff. But I was just optimistic on the turnover. But the bad, 21 points, with the Cowboys, and that's all they scored in that game. 15 points, 19 points. They had only 6 points in the game with 5 minutes left to go in the 3rd quarter. They were on the Chargers side of the 40 7 times. and scored 0 touchdowns. The only touchdown they had was a 52-yard run, so that they weren't in the red zone. It was the Saquon run. They were on their own side of the 50 because it was a 52-yard run.
Which is wild because of all their stats, they've been really good in the red zone this year. They were like a top red zone team. It was like get in the red zone, they're getting touchdowns. And now they're even losing that stuff. Like, so not only are you regressing like in other ways, but you're regressing out of the things that you used to do good. If I was going to be positive about anything, it would be the defense. 7 sacks, I think it was 7 sacks at least by the end of the game, maybe more towards the end. They were all over Herbert. Man, for all the smack talk I did on Justin Herbert, I thought he was playing for his life. I thought it was a really gutsy performance for him playing with the injured hand. I thought he really put his body out there a lot more than Jalen seems to. Jalen seems to still just be like not wanting to sort of run or take hits. So I was actually impressed by Herbert last night, which is feels gross to say.
He ran a lot, but he only had 130 yards passing, so it's kind of
no, he sucked as a passer. Sucked.
But you know that play we like where they're in empty and then Jalen Hurts usually runs?
Mm-hmm.
So the Chargers are really bad against rushing quarterbacks. And either the announcers said it was like, it almost looked like Jalen was doing a fake and then he was trying to throw it. Did you think he was like faking the run on those like empty backfield plays, or he was just being hesitant? I thought he was.
I 100% think it was a read and it was hesitant. I think it was like a read. Like if it's there, if there's good forward movement and you see something, take it. But I certainly don't think it was like a reverse play action. He's doing a play action and throwing. Like, no. The play that really worked for the Chargers was
if they tried to get cute and be like, the Chargers are bad against rushing quarterbacks. The Chargers think that the Eagles' game plan is going to be to make Jalen Hurts run. And instead of making Jalen Hurts run, we're not going to do what they think we're going to do, and we're going to pass it. And they got cute with it. It was just stupid. If I was a betting person, I can't believe Justin Herbert had more rushing yards than Jalen Hurts. He was running all over the place.
Yeah, and we did not protect his option well. When he would put it out, pull it, and go the other way, he killed us on that a few times. Got a couple first downs.
Yeah. It was rough, but we had opportunities to get extra points at the end of the half. 16-13 lead. Jalen Hurts throws the pick. That's the A.J. Brown drop thing. And then to your point, the third down swing pass, like on the next drive, and A.J. Brown drops a potential game-winning touchdown after they tied it after the Devontae Smith swing stuff. So, like I said, 7 times on the other side of the 40 and no touchdowns, which is crazy. Another crazy thing. Obviously, when it was 4th and 4, it was a 60-yard field goal. There was 2 or 3 minutes left. They weren't going to tie it there. It was too long of a field goal, and they obviously kind of don't want to play for the tie there. But at the end of the game, you got to not turn the ball over. If I'm going to go down a little bit of a rabbit hole here. I don't know if you're prepared for it, but if the Eagles would have tied at the end of that game, even if they got that 4th down conversion instead of doing the 6-yard field goal, if they like kind of went 3 and out there and didn't get a touchdown and they tied it and the game ended in a tie, it would kind of make the Eagles mathematically impossible to lose like 7 games this season, and Dallas has 6 losses. So now the Eagles have 5.
I was fine playing for a tie. I was 100% fine with a tie, and I said that. Losing that game killed you.
It let Dallas back in it.
It tells you. It really puts Dallas back in. Now you're in like, if we lose a game and Dallas wins a game, now you're really screwed up because that tie is their half game.
Yeah, the tie. So we with a tie, we would have had 4 losses and a tie. They have a tie on their record. Now we have 5 losses and they have 6 losses. So you're still a game and a half ahead of them. Got to win this week. They lose, it's the 2023 collapse. Not ready to say it yet, but if they lose to the Raiders, 2023 collapse.
Yeah.
Is
it? But let me ask you: Is there style points though? Like if they beat the Raiders 13-9, is that not collapse? Like I'm desperate.
No, they're going to play you tough. They got
game.
Kenny Pickett. You're going to get everyone's best shot. It reminds me of the Carolina game. We almost lost that game. Had a big drop at the end. I don't know if you came to that. I think Drees actually sat in our section. That game was really ugly, but we won. And that team's kind of gritty and good. And I expect the Raiders to play well with Gentee, and Pickett's the quarterback now. So they've had like Geno Smith, who's kind of horrible, and they had life with Pickett. So of course you're not going to get a bad Raiders team. You're going to get Kenny Pickett with his first full week of practice. First chance to start a game. He came in relief and looked really good. He's going to get a whole week of prep, and he played for the Eagles. He knows the Eagles. It's his homecoming game for him. It's going to be tough.
Yeah.
I don't expect the Eagles to lose, but I just think if you're a theory like NFL rig guy, I just don't think there's any motivation for the Raiders to win games at this point. But they open the door back up for the Cowboys for sure. The magic number is 3. And to your point, you mentioned this, like after they got that 3rd and 16 in overtime, and they beautiful throw over the middle of Devontae Smith.
Throw.
They don't run the ball at all there. They're in 4-minute offense. When you're in 4-minute offense, you have to run the football. Why are they in 2-minute offense? Hurry up, trying to get in a rhythm there, and then he forces a bad turnover. Why aren't they running the football at all?
It's wild. I don't know. I don't know. And if you want to really torture yourself, you go back to the play where they were on the 2, where he did throw the touchdown pass, but it called back for holding. Why are we throwing there? Why are we throwing there? Once again, you're on the 2, and it's first down. Just run it 4 times. You're gonna get yards, and use Bigsby. It's getting like ridiculous now. I mean, Bigsby had 1 carry for 9 yards against Dallas and 1 carry for 4 yards last night. He's getting yards when he carries the ball. His yards per carry, like, it's not skewed. Saquon's yards per carry were skewed last night because of the 50-yard run. Tank can pound you out yards. So why aren't you using him in short yardage situations? It's malpractice at this point. Like, truly,
it's bad. And Jason Kelsey did a good breakdown in the pregame of like 3, 4, 5 plays where like they had like guys filling in, and they just took the tight ends missed blocks. The guards didn't do what they were supposed to do. And then he had 2 or 3 examples of them hitting on all cylinders. Whereas last year the O-line was perfect on almost every run play for the entirety of the season. But almost as big as the turnovers, where's the, like, maybe they did it, I don't know, but where's the audible? They made the right read one time. There was a 0 blitz. Everyone was coming at him, and Jalen Hurts lofts the ball up in the air, and that was one of A.J. Brown's like major drops of the 3. He had the touchdown drop, the one that resulted in the interception over the middle, and then he had the 0 blitz. Everyone was coming at him. He lofts it up. Beautiful. That was the only time they could, recognize what the defense was doing. But they got a lot of heavy box, and they would run the ball and get negative yards. On those plays, when you have heavy box, they got to audible and try and pass and do something different.
Yeah, like or just run off to the side
or go outside. Yeah, they KP, and I'm not gonna blame KP. I'm the biggest, been sticking up for him because it's not just one guy, but KP for the past, I don't know, when did Nick start coaching the team? 5 years, 6 years?
5 years.
Every game he's been up in the box. Now that he's the OC, he's on the sideline. I don't know if he's calling the plays into the helmet. Put him up into the box so he could see the field better. Like, they're not.
There's a lot of
they don't have to fire
distraction
him
on the sideline. I mean,
Put him in the box.
you're trying to come up with plays and stuff like that. How about the sequence where Jalen can't find his helmet and Saquon's running around trying to grab, here, take my helmet, you take
They're
your
all
helmet. Yeah,
traveled.
be upstairs, dude. Just be
Eliminate
eyes in the
it.
sky.
Put him in a
Yeah,
closed room with a headset and like what I'm doing.
yeah.
Put me in a sound box so
Seriously.
he can think. Seth Joyner said it best. Like, they have plays that work, and you usually see the guys with the highlighter. They have 87 pens and they're writing notes. Like, they don't come back to the stuff that works.
Yeah.
Tush push doesn't work. Tush push doesn't work. Tush push doesn't work. Every time they do the fake tush push and they go outside, it works. Every fucking time. They do it like once a game. They don't come back to stuff that works. Really frustrating, and I really think
and that could go back to your argument of trying to be the smartest guy in the room. Like, whoa, it worked. So, they're definitely going to they'll sniff it out next time. It's like, nah, keep doing it until it doesn't work. That's Tank Bigsby. Nobody's stopping him. He's getting 4 yards of carry. Use him in short yardage, please. Especially if you're near the goal line. I want to see how many possessions we had and how many possessions started out with the Saquon Barkley -1 yard up the middle. How many? Because I mean, you don't want to blame KP for the whole loss, but man, that play sucks. Like, we go back to that play. Why do we go back to that play?
Inside zone
not
and
go
the
back to a play that works.
Assignments, and they don't double team, and they just, and there's lanes. A couple of those inside runs, there's lanes where he could bounce it outside, and he's just not seeing it. So they're still in the driver's seat for the division. I don't think they're gonna now with the win last night. They could have. I did the video earlier in the week. They could have maybe jumped up to the 2 or maybe even the 1. But I think now, if they win the division, they're pretty much locked into the 3 seed. So this is your, even though the Positivity Bunny's retired, this is your Positivity Bunny report of the week. That might be a new. I might keep the bunny going. That might be a new segment.
And then I'm going to keep with the Donnie
Darko the positivity. Bunny. I'm going to give you the scenario by where the Eagles host every single playoff game at home as the 3 seed. Here it goes. The Rams are the 1 seed, Packers 2 seed, Eagles 3 seed, Bucks 4 seed, Seahawks, Red Cowboys, San Francisco 49ers, and the Chicago Bears. You would need the Bears to beat the Packers, the 7 seed. The Eagles beat the San Francisco 49ers, and the Seahawks to beat the Bucks, which is very doable. And then in the divisional round, we would be home again against the Seahawks, and the Rams would play the Bears. You would need the Bears to knock the Rams out for you, and then it would be Bears, Eagles at the Link, NFC Championship. Everybody's gonna freaking leave this live stream right now because they probably think I'm cuckoo birds, but
you're cuckoo birds. Nobody's in the live stream anyway, so don't worry about it.
It's not happening. But they got to take it one game at a time. They got to win. They got to win the division, and they'll get 1 home game at least, and then we'll see. Then we'll see what happens.
Listen, you gotta be in the dance. They have 4 more games to turn it around. I have no hope that they will at this point. Like, nothing tells me that they're going to. They've been more consistently bad than they have shown like glimmers of good. Not to say they haven't had great plays like throughout the game. The Devontae Smith slant, the Saquon 50-yard run, like there's flashes of brilliance, but it's just way too much over and over again of the penalty. Then you get a penalty. So then you finally get that momentum, and then 15-yard penalty, and then the drive stalls, and it's like, damn. So
yeah, they're playing from behind.
Like you got to be in the game. You got to be
single-digit scores sometimes going into the 3rd and 4th quarter. It's just not enough. If you don't turn the ball over that many times, we talked about the amount of times they were across the 50. They did put up a lot of yards. He almost had AJ Brown caught that touchdown pass, he would have had over 300 yards passing, and like 280 or something. So they put up a lot of yards. So if there is any positive of that, moving the ball, they did it okay. But it just wasn't enough. And the game's at 1:00. It is the absolute cheapest it's been in 3 years. Your get-in price is probably like $175.
Oh, is it down bad? I haven't looked.
I mean, I go off Tick Pick because they're a partner of ours, and they're all kind of within a couple of dollars of each other, and they do the all-in pricing. So even if Ticketmaster is like less or whatever, when you go to checkout, it bounces right back up. So I just looked at Tick Pick, and
Yeah.
the tickets are it's saying that from $125. And if you
That's
do
probably a
2
standard.
tickets cheapest and a seat, it's 160. I just dropped
Yeah,
down even
that's
more. It
about
was
as
like
cheap as it's been,
173.
and then the seller
That's like
pays
below
their fees.
face. That's like kind of below face. It's like $2,000 for season tickets for 10 games. So if it's 160, 170, it's under $200. It's like below face.
Yeah, 140, 45 a ticket. That's with fees too. 150. So yeah, 145.20. End zone uppers.
You want to get
So
an early Christmas gift. You want to come hang with the boys and try and get this team back, because this is it, baby. Like they don't get if they don't get this one, it's very
it's gonna be
wildly
nice and
important.
sunny. That's a good sign. It's gonna be nice and sunny, but it's gonna be ice cold. It's been really cold this week, and it's gonna be really cold on Sunday. So it's gonna be a big layer up game. Maybe we might have to bring up the ninja. Keep us
Oh,
warm.
Harambe says Chargers had really good pass coverage, and he thinks it's going to snow this Sunday.
That I have not seen. All I've seen is sunny and cold is what I keep saying, but maybe the forecast changed.
I'll do that. I'll do sunny all day long. The Eagles are, I don't want to ruin the line for you, but I think they're like double-digit favorites, which is crazy.
I'm picking the Eagles to win like 16-9, 14 or like 14-9. It's gonna be another disgusting game. There's no way the Eagles cover this Sunday. There's no way they come out all pissed off and roll the Raiders. And if they do, style points game, I'll start to be back, but they got to win me back. I'm picking them to win ugly in an under type fashion. So
I'm
I'll
going to pick
lock it
them to
in at
win too. They're
16-9.
11.5 point favorites. Minus 850 plus 575 if you money line, if you bet the Raiders.
I don't like that line.
It's gross. What's the over? Oh, the over under is, I've never seen that before. I've never seen the over under like that before.
Did I nail it by picking a super ugly game?
What'd you say? 19 to what? 14?
I said 16-9.
16. It's not that low, but
Like
they're
a bunch
usually
of
in
field goals.
they're usually in the 40s, the over unders. It's usually
Oh,
like
yeah.
41, 43,
I thought you were gonna say
44.
30. I thought you were gonna say like 30 or 31.
It's 38 is the over under. I've never seen it that low.
38.
38.
Under.
It's gonna be even under that.
I
Everyone's
bet.
like, 38. That's
You
low. The public is gonna be heavy over, and the sharpers are gonna be under 16. No.
16-9. Yeah. Can you bet Tank Bigsby to get no carries? Can I do that? Can I do the opposite of what I've been doing?
I don't know.
Can you
Somebody
bet a
set us
player
up
to
with a
not get the
casino.
ball?
We live in the casino capital of the world. I'm shocked none of these have joined the chat. If
I
any
mean,
of the sportsbooks,
maybe you can
let us
bet
know.
like carries, like over under carries, and I can just bet under 0.5.
Under 1 carry, under 2 carries. Yeah.
That would be, if I was setting a line for Tank Bigsby carries in a football game, it would be 0.5. Over under, he gets the ball one time.
Yeah, because he didn't, and he got it once this week. But they usually set it a little higher than
And
that.
by the way, I mean this in zero disrespect to Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley is incredible, but you got to switch it up. Like every time we've had a good running back, we've had like a switch up. Like I don't know, I'm saying two-headed monster, but like put them both out there.
Gainwell and Sanders. You had Swift and Gainwell. They even used
Man.
Gainwell last year, even with Saquon.
And Correll Buckhalter and Westbrook and stuff, dude. You guys forgot their.
Some of those games when they were rolling with Saquon, they'd put in Shipley at the end, and he would bust open bunch of big runs and stuff like that.
Garrett Blunt, Jay Ajayi, dude. Remember that? That was
You need
freaking
to change
awesome.
the pace because Saquon like
Exactly.
dances and he has his own style, and they can kind of tee off on that. And
I'll tell you what I would really like, and this is a total subject
they
change,
put in
but
Shipley more than dang.
anybody. I would like, and this is not a fire KP. I would just like consistency at the offensive coordinator position. I want somebody to like be there for a few years. Like that's why I like don't want to fire and start over again. It's almost like I almost want KP to like be there for a while, so like these guys can like establish a rapport with each other. Or if they are going to get rid of him, or if God, you never know, these young guys, maybe he does get a job somewhere. I would love for them to bring in like a vet, like a ex head coach that's not getting another head coaching job anytime soon, but has been around players for a really long time. Is that guy up in the box? We've been doing the
Yeah,
like
you see with the Chiefs with Andy Reid, like they're not going to fire him. Now, if they have another bad year next year, maybe it'll be time for him to retire or something like that. But if you give these, it doesn't matter who they are and how much of a stiff the play caller is and the coaches. If you give them an entire offseason, just because this year didn't go your way, like if you give them an entire offseason to do it, they'll fix it. There's only so many defenses they can throw at you. You got your nickel, your dime, your quarters, your like, there's only so many different variations of
just
defenses,
so
and the Eagles.
disappointing. The personnel, our personnel is so good. I mean, I would put them up against anybody, but it's scheme. It's scheme, and the scheme is not play calling. It's like it's just I don't know. I can't put my finger on it.
Yeah. What the somebody pointed out that they ran some on their run sets. They ran they used to put like Johnny Wilson out there a lot for blocking, and like AJ Brown had some horrible blocks last night on some of the Smith screens and stuff like that. He didn't do anything to help you. They had like that's 13 personnel with all the tight ends, and they lost that Van Summeren guy they used as a fullback. So there was like a lot of tight end injuries this year, and they lost Johnny Wilson. I'm not going to say the end all be all of their offense is Johnny Wilson, but I mean, you lost
Is
Mekhi
Lane Johnson going
Becton.
to start practicing soon?
Yeah, Lane's out. You lost Mekhi Becton. You got guys shuffling around. You had Toth in at center. Then you had Cam Jurgens back in. Then you had Toth at center and Cam Jurgens at guard. I mean, they were just.
Cam Jurgens had a bad penalty last night.
Yeah. And the Saquon run was a Mailata hold. And he got called for a hold earlier, which really
Mailata holding a lot. My man playing rugby.
Really wasn't a hold.
I love Mailata. Great guy, great person, great, but he's killing us with penalties.
Yeah, he's nominated for Walter Payton Man of the Year.
He's an excellent human. He's gonna go down as an all-time Eagle too if he keeps it up. It's just I don't know.
They got to run the football. It's like
when it rains, it pours, it feels like.
They got to run the football. They could be in a lot of trouble if Ashton Genty gets going and we can't run the ball.
Yeah, you'd be a crazy person to go out there with a game plan of Jalen Hurts slinging the ball over the place. I would keep that thing on the ground, dirty, blocking hard up front, toss left, toss right, crack block, dink and dunk. Use your running backs like receivers. Keep the game real simple. Switch it up with like a play actions, fly or something like that. But Fly Eagles Fly says our offense is a Ferrari. That just triggered my eyes. Have you seen Bobby's Instagram today?
No.
Bobby and his lady, they're still in LA. Bobby woke up this morning. He went to Gold's Gym. Then he rented a Ferrari, a yellow Ferrari. And him and his lady were zipping the Ferrari, and they drove it all the way up to the Hollywood sign.
Oh, I
Bobby's
forgot
living his best life.
I forgot to send this to you. I'll send it to you.
I was going to make Bobby in the Ferrari was going to be me with a week for me as we wrap this up and get in the game.
He sent me a video there on the Ferris wheel, like Santa Monica Pier or something.
I saw Swoop on the Ferris wheel with some of the Philly Sports Trips people, and I commented something like that. But that's so awesome that he sent that. Yeah, you gotta look at his feet. He's literally, it's like him and Harry. He's like classic like Instagram pic. He's like leaned up against the Ferrari, like all fly. That's what. So like, I'll do my positivity bunny of the week. is traveling and going to games. And this comes from, I forget, I think it was you might have commented on somebody's post. I forget exactly whose post it was, but she was catching heat like, oh, you
Oh, the
waste your time.
people gang up on that girl whenever the Eagles lose it. They're so mean. She comes to all the tailgates and everything and travels to all the games and stuff
Yeah,
and
yeah.
has a social media business. Their people are nasty, that girl.
Yeah, and her it's funny that they're not as nasty to us. I think people are just nasty to females online, which is absolutely lame. But I want to say like positivity, going to games, like the outcome of the game. Obviously, like you love your team, you want your team to win. You would never want to go to a game and have your team lose. But if you travel to a game, you will always have fun, like always. And the loss stings a little bit more. You got to get come on, we've done it. We had to get on a plane back from Dallas one time after we got smoked on Sunday Night Football and came home. But we look back on it and we say this all the time. Like that was like our favorite trip. We had the most fun ever on the Dallas trip. Went to the freaking rodeo, met all these crazy cowboy people, and it was always
Yeah, and
travel, always
when you're
travel.
with the people for, like, the day or 2 before, it's nice going back and getting everybody's got similar takes and the same 2 cents. Sometimes after a game, if you just watch on your couch game, when I have a meeting at work and someone tries to talk to me about the Eagles, I just, like,
Oh,
sometimes I just don't like we watch the game with the same like 4 people. Like I don't sound like Jack Fritz said this too. He's just like he watches the game with his buddy or he watches it by himself. Like sometimes I don't really want to sit and jibber jabber about your thoughts on the Eagles, but on the
yeah.
trips on the way home, we're all together because we're at the
You
airport on
lived
a
it. That's
Friday.
such a great point.
You're on the airport on a Friday talking to them, and then you're kinda drink with them, you kinda get to know them, and I kinda wanna hear on the way home from those trips, like,
Yeah.
what they thought about it.
Yeah, but you know what? That's such a funny little ism that I never really noticed. This happened to me like multiple times today. Like everybody knows at work I'm a crazy Eagles fan. And it's like and some people even know about the social media and everything like that. So like now it's like starting to be a little bit. So now it's like every other person. Oh man, so what'd you think? So what'd you think of the game last night? Yeah.
I was like,
So what did I think of the game last
I
night?
think they wanna get like a
We lost in overtime. Our
I think they
quarterback turned
want
the ball over 5 times. Like it makes me want to throw myself down the stairs. It
Yeah,
is so
they want like an analyst's perspective, or they want like a Philly sports guy. We're not even in the same stratosphere as some of the analysts and some of the social media personalities, but
I've been talking to you for
they're trying to
38
get
minutes.
like
I
a
don't know.
E-Rock reaction out of me or like a Philly sports guy reaction. And
Yeah.
like I just don't really I
Yeah.
don't have that kind of personality. I don't really have anything to say. Kinda we lost, it sucked.
It sucks. Yeah. And I got to tell you, 38
But I
minutes.
do have so much to say. That's why we do this.
We like I said, we've been talking 38 minutes. What I think about the game last night, I have no idea. I don't know what to tell you. I'll
Like
see.
tune in at 8 o'clock.
I'll let
That's
you
what
know. And I'll be honest with you, I don't even have an opinion on the season yet. You know why? Positivity bunny, because it ain't over yet. You never know. What if all of a sudden we just decide
they
to
could
play
go
amazing next
beat
week? I don't see
Ranchaloo
it
and
happening,
they could go beat
but
Ranchaloo, and then you look back and they beat the Packers and they beat the Rams and they beat Ranchaloo and they won 11, 12 games and you never know. But
trips in your
uh, the
seat because you're down bad having babies.
the three the yeah the three losses hurts. We haven't seen that in a while. I,
Wait, by the way, we don't talk about this much, but what is going on? What is the due date of
um I
Filthy
can't
the
tell you.
sequel? Oh, okay. It's like soon,
No,
isn't it?
it's like the 20th, 21st.
Oh, dang. Tick, tick,
So
tick.
um what was I gonna say? Um
Oh, we're talking
anyway.
about when people at work come up to you and ask you what you thought of the game and how we don't know and how we talk for hours and hours on this podcast. And at the end of the day, I still don't know. And the only way I'll figure it out is if the season's over and I look back and I reflect on it. I'll tell you.
Yeah,
Because if
and
we
the other
were
thing too is it's
if
almost
we were 15-0 and we lost or undefeated-ish or lost 2 games and losing the first round of the playoffs, to me, the season would be a failure. So
it's becoming like college now though too. If you wanna go to the national championship, like, you can't lose a game at all. Like, these 1 seed teams are like 15-2 and shit now. Like, it's
yeah, they're
really
good.
crazy. Like, you can't lose games. The two Eagles Super Bowl years, like, I mean, I guess they did with the Carson Wentz going down and stuff, and they had like one bad game, but they didn't really have much adversity. They kind of rolled. They like, I guess this year's playoffs was tough with the snow game, and the Packers game was kind of tough, but it seemed like the two Super Bowl years they kind of rolled. Like, they didn't have any stretches during those seasons where they lost like multiple games in a row. And
yeah,
the one time, that's why everyone keeps going back to 2023. The one time they lost a bunch of games in a row, they couldn't recover. The media got on them. They got on themselves. They couldn't get up off the mat.
and they lost
really
that
crazy.
playoff game the same way that they were losing games throughout the season. That's what makes me nervous about how the Eagles are playing and how they have such a lack of consistency. Is that I see them, they do finally get to the playoffs, and then it's like, oh my god, penalty.
It's the same game. It's low, and you got 6
Low and
points going in the third
ugly.
quarter. You're within 1 or 2 scores. It's just like, dude, come on.
Yeah.
Nothing changes. But
meme time.
It should be good. We could see Green Bay. Not bad. Yeah, that's another part of it too. Is if you did have to travel, wishful thinking, but if you did have to travel, like you saw SoFi last night, if they have to go out there, it's going to be all Eagles fans. We went to Green Bay. I mean, it's not impossible to win.
Oh, I would much rather go to SoFi than I would rather go to Green Bay.
Green Bay again, to win there twice would be kind of, but you got to cross that bridge when you get there. But there's not really anywhere. If Chicago gets back in it and takes over that seed, like that'd be pretty cool to go out there.
Oh, listen, you have no idea who's going to get the 2 seed. That it's going to be one of those teams from that division. They're going to kill each other, and then you're going to get one of them's going to end up in a wild card. And Eagles or Dallas win the division. By the way, I cannot tell you with certainty that the Eagles win the NFC East right now. I can't.
Yeah.
Now they should. They're playing an absolutely destroyed Washington team twice. The Zach Ertz's career could possibly be over. Which shout out to Zach Ertz. Love that guy.
That's why they have to beat the Raiders, because they could split against Washington and beat the Raiders. That's 2 wins. And if they lose against Buffalo, that's only a 10-win season. They're not going to win the division at 10 wins. Because Dallas.
No, the Eagles got to win out. They got to win out. They lost 3 in a row. You lost your ability to lose one more game. You got to win out if you want to be a real team.
Yeah. Unless they win 3 straight, and then the last game's like a rest them game. It's already locked up by then. But even then, Tanner McKee slinging all over the place against wrecking my nerves. Meg Sports Shop says.
Oh yeah,
Paul. What's up, Paul? Yeah, they're wrecking my nerves too, Meg. Paul Stanton in the house. We're all not mentioning the Patriots and Broncos. We actually did give them their flowers last week along with the Bears, reminding us of kind of a vibe team that that's why teams win games. That's why after you go to the Super Bowl, there's a lot of I. They all want to be the reason why they won the Super Bowl. Saquon wants to be the reason why they won the Super Bowl. Jalen wants to be the reason with his performance. AJ Brown wants the ball so he doesn't get forgotten. And that's what happens when you win. It becomes less about the team and more about the individual. That's why the coaching comes into play. And you see these teams come out of nowhere. They're teams. They've got lots of draft picks. They've been kind of at the bottom of the table for years. And they hit on a couple picks. They hit on a couple free agents. And the rest of the guys, the role players, do what they do. And that's what you're seeing. But yeah, I mean, the Broncos offense is kind of putrid. And the Bears and Patriots are consistently have a top 15 unit on both sides of the ball. That's why they're winning games.
And the Patriots have had a very easy schedule.
The Cowboys still play the Chargers, says our boy D-Berg. Yep. They could lose to them. And the Birds beat the Birds beat the Raiders and the Commanders, and he thinks with one more Dallas loss, our 2 wins would actually
I don't think the Cowboys lose to
seal
the
it up.
Chargers. I think the Cowboys can. You've seen the Cowboys
Can
can
win out.
score
The
30,
Cowboys can
30
win
or
out.
40 points. I don't think the Chargers have an explosive enough offense to beat the Cowboys.
Yeah,
That's
guys got one
how
lead.
shook the game got me last night. The Eagles lost last night because we couldn't score points, not because of anything the Chargers did. We were unable to win that game. We beat ourselves last night. We didn't get beat by the Chargers. I think the Cowboys can beat the Chargers. That's the difference.
I think that's another side reason why the Eagles fans have hope. And they're just like, hey, let's just get me in the tournament.
100%.
Please don't collapse, because I don't think there's any one team that's wide open. So
we haven't really been beaten all season.
Like that. It used to be like that, just get in the tournament and then you have a shot. And then with this new extra team that's got in, like with only the one team getting the bye, it's been like the top 2 seeds kind of roll in the past couple years. But it used to always beat like some of those Giants teams that beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl. They were wild card teams. They played every game on the road. They got hot at the right time.
Mm-hmm. 8-8 Giants team won the Super Bowl.
We're going to get one home game, and they haven't really played back-to-back home games anyway this season, so they're used to
horrible schedule. I said that
one at home, one away,
and then a short week, and then a long week, and then a Thursday week, and they had all those 1 p.m. games. Like the fans can't get really juiced up for 1 p.m. games. Like it takes a little while to get it going, and all that. The Eagles, forget the fact that their strength of schedule was difficult because they won the whole thing. Just like the timing and the home away of their schedule was brutal. It sounds like we're making excuses. I'm just literally calling it as it is. I mean, you got to win the games that you play, but didn't help them any bit. That's for sure.
No, it could be worse. The Ravens and the Bengals and the Chiefs, and there's all kinds of teams on the outside looking in. So
I feel like the Chiefs are getting no scrutiny too. Eagles get all the scrutiny, and they have a better record than the Chiefs. Chiefs look horrible. How about that Andy Reid goes for it on 4th down when it's 10 to 10? He goes for it on 4th down.
I don't want to hear this guy in the same. It's like the Michael Jordan LeBron conversation. People are putting out now. I don't want to see this guy in the same conversation as Tom Brady. He is not even anywhere near the GOAT. Like that, they're getting that, which is pretty brutal because he's still very, very talented and very, very good. They're just same as us.
Tom Brady had some L years. Tom Brady didn't win the Super Bowl every year. He was always in the mix.
Fully injured, and they're like Matt Castle and shit.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jalen Phillips and Jordan Davis. That was your big call out too during the game when we were texting. Jordan Davis all over.
Jordan Davis had a great game. Jalen Phillips hit the arm.
The fact that they got that type of pass rush and sacked him like 7 times with no Jalen Carter was Fangio masterclass.
Yeah.
That's another reason why people give Eagles hope is the defense is good. They're like, hey, if the offense could score 24 points, you're good. Problem is they're going into the fourth quarter with not even 10 points yet.
How the hell did they score 21 points against Dallas and not score another point the whole rest of the game? It's crazy. It's almost as crazy as them not being able to get a couple touchdowns last night. Wild.
Yeah.
All right, I think we got to do memes.
Let's do it. Yeah, we got to get up on out of here. Get up.
My runner-up is one of yours, which I thoroughly enjoyed, and I know it took you a lot of time to put together, and I appreciate any original stuff, and that's your 2025 Wrapped. So that's going to be my honorable mention.
Oh, yeah, if you haven't checked that out, it took me a hot minute to make, and I'm glad I did because I can kind of use that as a mini press kit until it gets dated with the followers and the amount of views and reach and stuff that we do, but
and it's got my
I made this. I took a lot of different templates, and on the desktop version it doesn't have the tune, but we used the John Hamm.
So Unwrap the Passion, we went to 24 Eagles games in the past year, including the Super Bowl, countless Phillies games, postseason play. We spent nearly a third of our life at the stadium if you do it by hours. Your song was played 7,000 times. We made friends with literally everybody. We've watched the creation of a couple new super fans, No Shirt Dom, Eagles Beast, and then all the other already existing super fans. We are over 250,000 followers. this one was mind-blowing. Facebook, 95 million views on our content, and Instagram,
That was the
56
year. So
million
I
views.
pulled Jan 1, 2025 to like probably the first day of December.
It's
So we're
unbelievable.
gonna well over 100 million views there, and Instagram, and then Instagram is actually very close, but it only had data over the last. It didn't have all the way back to January. It didn't like store that data, so it's actually probably a lot more than that. So it's gonna be like 100 million views or 200 million views, or however you look at it. And then we're just poking away at the other platforms too, and
yeah, YouTube's getting there. YouTube's into the 700-ish now. YouTube's doing pretty good. And then meme of the week is all things bunny. I'm gonna go with the Eagles positivity bunny after listening to 5 minutes of local sports talk radio. 5,800 likes, 4,589 shares.
Where is it? Where is it?
It's that one.
Yeah, the second one too is crazy again. The follow-up one, Eagles positivity bunny, after listening to 5 minutes of, even Josh Hennig too from 97.5 The Fanatic down here in South Jersey wrote me, and he's like, dude, that's hilarious. And he does sports talk for a living.
Yeah. And then my RIP bunny, just straight black and white, is killing it. So
Nice.
anything bunny related goes to meme of the week for me. Because
Positivity
I knew
bunny,
off the bat
interception
positivity
fumble.
bunny was going to be a hatred thing for the Eagles. Just like Nick Sirianni with the Flowers was, even though they were good that year, we hated it.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I'm gonna definitely not go with the bunny. If you hadn't seen this video,
with classic.
Row one
All the Skinny Joey guys all DM'd us on that too.
Yeah, they all shared it and stuff. That was great. Yeah, this is a good one.
Would you rather have row one tickets to like one very important game or free cheesesteaks for an entire year?
Well, I don't care about that cheesesteaks. I want to be front row Eagles in the Super Bowl, baby. Let's go. Go Birds! Fuck row one. Give me the last row. Row one's for fucking pansies. Give me row 500. Row one. Row one?
All right. Give me the steaks.
Oh,
Go up with all where the real people sit.
Row one tickets to a very important game.
Yes. Depends on the cheesesteak. It's got to be a Skinny Joey Merlino cheesesteak for me.
Playoff game all day.
I don't know. I'm taking row one season.
Yeah.
Somebody, an honorable mention to.
Wait, time out. How did I not get interviewed that day?
I don't know. An honorable mention to you with the socks. This was hilarious, but
yeah, honorable mention on the socks. Thank you. I appreciate that. I didn't want to pick a video.
So it's because you yelled at your wife, like, is the camera going? And then you were like, I'm not giving you the socks, and you ended up giving up the socks anyway. It's just hilarious.
Oh yeah, no, that's classic me.
Dad move.
Just classic me. Dad move, completely overreacting. The is it videoing was because it was like there's a whole backstory to that too. I'm not gonna get into it, but we that was done with a smile on my face. It wasn't like me like.
Yeah,
have you ever seen some of the outtakes?
Somebody thought the values of my two options were lopsided. I think row one it's got to be like for a playoff game. It's got to be what
$2,000,
$4,000, $5,000,
could be.
And I'm saying like if a cheesesteak's $15.
Oh, here he
nowadays,
goes. Cheesesteak math. It is. Every cheesesteak's $15, even the ones around here.
Say you don't even get it every day. Say you get it like
200
5
days.
times a week. Is $75 over 52 weeks is like $4,000, $5,000 in cheesesteaks.
Nah, it's equal. It's equal.
Completely equal.
Listen, this economy and the amount of food that my kids eat, I'll take the steaks and I'll go sit up in the nosebleeds with your dollars. It's always a good time up in the bleeds.
That's what I'm saying. And then we got literally was 50-50 when I asked people. Some people like don't really go in and just tailgate and they're like, oh dude, I love sitting row one. Some people were like, been there, done that kind of crap. And they're like, oh crap, I'll buy a ticket day-o on StubHub, sit wherever, and I'm gonna friggin' have all my food covered all year. So
I hope we get in that tick pick thing again, man. I emailed that guy. I was just trying to be like, hey, that was awesome. That tick pick experience was great.
The Red Sox on I Took a Bunch had me.
And I
rolling.
have a present for you, actually. An early Christmas present that you will be getting on Sunday, and I can't tell you, but I got to give it to you now because you'll see.
Nice. Well, as always, we're signing off. If you guys are going to the tailgate, hit us up. Use our links. Our shop has free shipping. All of our links, there's still Black Friday, Cyber Monday deals on all like Fanatics NFL shop on all our affiliate links, so it helps us out. And there's a lot of good stuff. It comes so freaking fast now. If you order from Fanatics, it comes in like 2 days.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So you'll get your stuff. Super Bowl. Sure enough, we beat ourselves. Super Bowl. Here we come. Santa Clara. Bad Bunny. Positivity Bunny. Bad Bunny.
Positivity about Bonnie.
Yeah. All right. Signing off, guys. We'll see you guys going to the game. If you need help getting tickets, message us. We got
Kyle Schwarber.
Love it.